Well, hello, and welcome back to another, or welcome for the first time, to another video by God Bless the Keg Publishing, LLC. I almost said welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends, but some other band took that line a few years ago. At any rate, I am Paul John Hausleben, and I am the flagship author, chief photographer, chief cook and bottle washer, and owner and do everything guy at God Bless the Keg Publishing. But we are also the chief operator here at amateur radio station Whiskey Alpha 2 Alpha Sierra, Quebec. And we've been on the air for quite a few years. I'm not going to say when I was first licensed, everybody will know how old I am. But at any rate, today I'd like to talk about a new addition to the shack, which is this cool little rig right here. And with my terrible New Jersey accent, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the actual manufacturer there. So let's just go with it's a Gulf Figures 106. And it's a cool little rig. Had my eye on it for a little while. And I got a gift card as a present. And the last thing I needed was another camera. But you can never have enough rigs. So I purchased this little puppy, and with the sole intention of putting it on the air on digital modes. Primarily a CW operator. Yeah, I know the microphone's hooked up. And I don't know why I did that. And oh, I know why I did it. Because it's a quirky feature of this. The headphone jack is actually on the microphone, and I'm not sure I really like that feature. I think they need a jack on the rig. But anyway, maybe it's the microphone's just a prop. I haven't operated phone probably 15 years, maybe more, and that was probably in a contest. But at any rate, I wanted to do this video and talk about this cool little rig, and it's very solidly built. Has a heavy metal case and a chassis, and when you pick it up, it's small and compact, but it's got a good feel to it. The knobs are kind of cool. It's got a speaker on top here, and I mentioned the headphone situation, but knobs are, you know, have a good feel to them. The tuning knob is cool. The buttons are all easy. It's got a little waterfall guy here. Very easy to figure out the menus and the sub-menus and everything. But like I said, I purchased it mostly to get on Foxtrot Tango 8. And I also purchased this. This is the Delta Echo Figures 19er. It's a Delta Echo 19, which is a little expansion module which allows you to connect to your computer for the digital mode hookups. Very, very easy to hook up. A micro C USB goes to your laptop or your desktop computer. It's got an accessory, and it's got a little tiny, what they call a COM port, which is just a 3.5 plug-in jack. And I'll show you the back of the rig here. Simple. This is my power supply coming in. I hooked it up to a big 60 amp guy that I had here. Overkill, but that's what we have. And here's the accessory. Here's the little comm. I've got a ground. And it is a BNC guy, and I used an adapter to get the PL 259. So it's QRP rig running 5 watts. I get a hairpin more than 5 watts. Maybe 5.2 on some of the bands, but for the most part it's right around 5 watts. And like I said, I have a QDX digital, which is in a previous video. I love this little rig, and this guy covers 80, 40, 30, and 20 meters, and I really liked how get on 10 and some of the work bands, the WARC bands, for digital, and that's why I figured I'd give this a ride. You know, the gift card I got as a present was kind of burning a hole in my pocket. But try as I might, and I think I know the Whiskey Sierra Julia Tango X-ray software pretty doggone good. Hooked up a lot of rigs, got it going under a lot of circumstances. I could not get this puppy to work, no matter what I tried. Tried the settings here. This is, you know, obviously very simple. I could get it to receive, could not get transmit. I knew something was wrong in the transmit. It was a short duration burst. It didn't seem right. And I tried the settings in the software. I went to the Google machine. I went to the YouTube machine and could not find an answer for it. So I was getting a little frustrated. I was like, well, you know, this isn't worth it. It's only a couple $100, but I'm not really going to use it if I can't get it going on digital. And there is an ability to do a firmware update. And I wasn't going to do that with a brand new rig right out of the box. I wasn't going to monkey around with that. I did watch the YouTube how to do it. It didn't seem that bad. But I was like, nah, you know, I just bought this thing. I'm not going to do that. So on a whim, I shifted gears. And I had heard there's another software out there that some folks use on the digital. And it incorporates a lot of the Whiskey Sierra Tango Juliet X-ray software. And this is called JTDX, Juliet Tango Delta X-ray. So I said, you know, getting late on a Saturday night, I downloaded it, did all the settings, and I'll show you the settings in a second. Hooked it up, bang, worked perfect. Worked perfect on that software. Here we are on the Juliet Tango Delta X-ray software. No problem whatsoever. I didn't change any of the settings, used the same hookup, the same settings as I did on the other, and this one works perfectly. So I really don't have an explanation for that, but I got it going. Let me shift hands here. Sorry, it's a little bouncy, but I'm right-handed. And I'll show you the settings. Go up here to File, Settings, Radio. I use ICOM 7000. It picked it up on COM port 25. 19200 on the baud rate. Default. Low on these settings. Cat front mic mode is none, split operation none. Perfect. On the audio, it picked it up coming in on the USB. No issues. This is the same settings I used on the other software. So I just, you know, for whatever reason, but I'm kind of liking this software. It has a lot of cool features. I particularly like this feature right here, where if you worked a station, I worked Kilo 4, I think it's Quebec Alpha Lima, and it crosses a little line across if you worked them recently on the same frequency, and I think that's kind of cool. The layout is similar, and it has some, you know, obvious similarities, but I kind of like it. I haven't transmitted yet today, but here's last night on 17 meters. And you can see we were doing pretty good here. Band was pretty good. Only 5 watts into my famous rain gutter downspout antenna. This station here in Ecuador, I did actually work him, not just hear him. So, and you know, we were bouncing over there in Europe and close to the coast of Africa. So up into Calgary and up in this area here, Saskatchewan and such. So pretty good signals last night. So, you know, I don't know why it didn't work on the other, but I'm working on it now. So I'm kind of happy with it. And I'm continue to play it with it. And I'll circle back one of these days. Definitely going to circle back and try the WSJT-X and figure out what the hey I was doing wrong there. But other than the firmware update, which probably would work, I'm pretty confident all the other settings were correct. But at any rate, I like the little rig. It's a good little performer for the money. It gets you on the air. Like I said, I'm not going to use voice, but I'll definitely give it a spin on CW. And it's got some filters in there. Receiver seems to be pretty good. The audio is a little wonky with this small speaker and that crazy headphone jack. But other than that, I like it. And I'm going to give it a good rating. Any rate, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time. 73, da-da-da-da-da-da, from WA2 ASQ.